All right, guys, welcome back. It's season 2. Two dads drink and a lesbian. Ian's the lesbian.
Touche.
You guys know why? Do you?
I'm the only one wearing football gear. That doesn't make me a lesbian. Oh, yours is backwards.
Well,
I'm just saying.
okay. Well, tonight we're drinking a new whiskey. It's called Dead Guys Whiskey. Cheers,
All right,
guys.
on the rock.
Cheers.
So smooth.
It's mellow. Yeah, it's really good.
It's mellow, it's smooth. I don't really know what the taste I get from
It's
it.
got like a weird aftertaste, but it's good.
It's like from an oak barrel. I think.
Yeah. I can
That would-
like
that-
smoky-
yeah,
like
that would-
It's a
smoky
it's a
oak.
sea aged whiskey, 2 years minimal.
And we got we got a fire going
Yeah, we
on.
got a fire going
Sorry,
on. It's not
guys.
us. We're on
New
fire
location.
tonight. We're on fire tonight. All right, so season 2, we got a new set of digs here. We're at Dough Bar down in the south side.
Probably one of the coolest bars / restaurants in all of Pittsburgh. You got some of the graffiti on the walls.
I'm also going to add that if you are in the city or anywhere near Southside, honestly, food-wise, guys, stop here. The food is incredible. The pizza, the rotisserie chicken, the side, you name it.
Meatballs.
The
It's all
meatballs.
And the location is just
Well, I think he has a
fantastic.
little background in meatballs, doesn't he?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right.
So thanks,
Not-
PA, for letting us use the new location.
Absolutely.
And we're at least going to use it for a couple weeks here, see how it goes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Make sure to comment about it because we want to know what you guys think of the backgrounds.
Absolutely. All right, so we're also gonna introduce a few new
He's
things.
laughing at me. Can you get a moderator? Can you get him?
Of course,
mean-
we haven't heard sirens all night. until we
Yeah.
start recording. You know?
Absolutely. So we are going to try a few new things here this year on how we handle punishments and how we do new betting instead of picking certain teams and being able to pick the same teams. We're going to do a survivor pool this year. Ian, you want to explain that a little bit?
He'll probably lose out like last year.
Yeah, so basically each week we're going to pick somebody who we think is not going to lose, okay? And then we can only use that team once the entire season. So
Until you run out of teams, which you shouldn't.
yeah, you can't run out of teams. There's more teams than weeks, so we're good there. And then if you lose, the other winners are going to determine what your punishment is for that following episode. And if there's multiple losers, the one who has the best point spread going into the week is going to be the biggest loser. So
I feel like I'm going to have a hard time with
the,
this.
The gutsiest loser is gonna.
yeah, the
do best.
gutsiest loser is going to be a win.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the hardest time with this because I've never done one. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a
Well,
lot
I don't know
harder
if
for
either
me.
one of us
You guys
have
have an
done-
advantage.
I don't know if either one of us have ever done the punishment side. I've done the survivor.
Well, but I get it, but
Yeah,
that's the point. I haven't done that, which means you guys have an advantage over me.
Also, I've never done the added element of the point spread part of it.
Well, that's only if you lose.
Correct. But that's still an added element there.
It is.
All right. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be on the bottom of this list a few times.
No, there'll be some fun rewards for that, Laura.
And I'm sure there will be. I'm sure you guys are going to come up with some good shit. All right. So let's move on to a topic here where we want to go over some notes and news.
Hold on.
Wow.
I want to say one thing. Guys, last year we said we didn't care, remember? This year
We
we
care a
have a
little.
new
bit.
location. We got some
Yeah.
new equipment. We got a third wheel.
Yeah.
We hired a third.
We actually paid, if you guys remember the last episode of last season.
Yeah. I'm a paid actress. in
Big
this.
time over here. We have this lady behind us that's a fourth wheel.
May not be here next week. Who knows? We might
True.
record over there.
Yeah. There's a
just
lot of
play- You
different,
can't
there's
see
a
it.
lot of
There's
different
over
ladies
there,
in here and
over
I
there.
appreciate that.
And you guys know we drink. There's a bar over there. So
Who knows? We'll be somewhere different, maybe.
I like it. I like this place a lot. All right, so back to what I was saying, notes and news. We got the punt god. Just a mess.
Wait. The pun god, or is he the gang rape god? I'm confused.
he's
Well-
both.
Oh,
Look on YouTube. He's both.
He's both. Dude can punt 90 yards and he can be involved in gang rapes in college. And
Not even college girls, high school girls. What is wrong with people?
yeah, it's messed up. It's a
What
really
is
messed
wrong?
up story, and it's really messed up that the Browns are like, we don't care. He could punt 90 yards.
He got drafted?
He-
But I
he
mean, he
got-
got signed?
He got picked up on waivers. Not even waited till he cleared waivers. He got picked up
He got-
off waivers by the Browns.
Of course they did. Of course that.
I thought that
team
was a
did.
hoax.
That was
Are
not
we
a hoax.
sure
that
that
was a
that's-
legit article. He got picked up by the Browns.
Of course they
Wow.
did. Of
Well,
course
they have-
they would do that.
They just don't care.
They don't.
They're like, we already got
We did
Deshaun.
our homework on this.
We already got Deshaun.
Oh, pair those two up. Jeez.
We already got Miles Garrett who hits people with helmets.
I mean, they're
He's the
basically
bodyguard.
they're
for the
basically
two.
taking on the typical fantasy thought process. They're gonna stash a bunch of people in their IR, right? That's what we do. And then whenever they become available, we put them in. We utilize these people.
Or they're going to take on the 90s Cowboys mentality.
I mean, whatever works, I guess.
Hey, if it works, it works. man.
You
It brings them rings. It brings them rings.
haven't seen some rings since the 90s, have you?
Not since we've been doing that.
Yeah, how about them boys?
Oh, doc.
I mean, hey, listen.
We're
it's
not
gonna-
much better
I was
this
gonna
year.
say it's gonna be a rough year for all of us.
The Lions might be better than both our teams.
I think
We
You
just
know
beat
what?
them. We just beat them.
It's preseason.
no lie, I actually do
Jared
like
Goff,
the
I'm
Lions
so
this
terrified
year.
of Jared Goff.
I kind of like. Have you guys? Did you guys
Hey,
watch
the Lions were
the?
our team last year, so
I know you did. Did
Jared
you watch
Goff
it?
got within one drive of beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
he did. I'm not disagreeing.
Just saying.
Tom
and-
Brady though.
We already know I like Coach Motor City, so
Well, not only that, but I started watching that show. What is it?
our knocks.
Yeah, Hard Knocks for the Lions this year, and I didn't realize how many like ex NFL players that are now coaches, like Deuce Staley and Randall O, and
Pretty much all NFL coaches.
NFL
Right, which is
NFL
odd. That's
teams do
kind
that
that's
a lot.
kind of awesome to
Like we had,
realize
like,
that.
Jody Porter a few years ago, and
Right, I get it, but they're getting more into that. I feel like
Yeah.
it's
well, some of them are good guys and they know what they're doing. And they should be coaches. Duke
I like
Bailey
it.
almost isn't running for a head coach in some
when
places.
the offensive or Deuce Staley and the defensive coordinator were like going at it,
Which one?
I was dead.
One of the next head coaches is probably going to be Byron Leftwich in the NFL.
Okay, I get it.
Guy was drafted as a great quarterback, always injured, then became a decent backup, and now he's some offensive mastermind because he got Tom Brady.
Right.
So
All right, let's talk about the next topic here. We got fantasy football draft players and your excitement. What do you got? How'd your fantasy football draft go?
backups. Tell us about the backups.
Yeah,
Or-
Ian, tell us
I
about
mean,
the back.
so we're
And your suspended IR guy that you kept
hey,
in
hey,
IR.
listen. You know, my theory with this is draft young running back backups that are probably gonna be starters, and I drafted a couple of them.
Douchebag.
One of which I was not supposed to draft. I forgot that I made a pact with my buddy over here, Sean, to not draft a specific player, and he wasn't gonna draft a specific player.
Ask
And
Sean,
then-
did he draft that player or did Ian get to draft that player?
In my defense, I was intoxicated, and I told
That
him
was in the first round.
I was still intoxicated already. I started at like 5 o'clock.
I know he was.
Right away.
We,
You got it right away.
we agreed
Hey,
that
who
it
was it?
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon.
We agreed that we
Wow.
would wait till the 5th round before we take either one of them off each other. We had weeks earlier agreed to this.
You guys are making deals behind the table.
Well, we were honest.
At
I knew,
my draft,
He
football?
had the package.
I
This
knew
is
he
not-
wanted Tony Pollard. I knew he wanted
I-
Pollard, and I wanted
this-
Dillon.
This is
I got both. Oh wait, no.
By
I
the
did
way,
get Pollard.
LJack, I'm the commissioner. It's
that's,
my league.
that's why it's not supposed to happen.
Did I get Pollard? I did get Pollard. I got both.
How
Yeah,
are
you
you?
got Pollard in the 3rd round, where you should have got him.
Crossing lines, Sean.
What?
Crossing lines, Ian.
No, we just told each other
You
what
wouldn't
we
help
were.
me.
We told each other what we
You're
were
the
interested
fucking
in.
champion. No,
So
we're not
what?
helping you. We're
You
not
want
helping
0%.
you. 0%. And then I'm gonna win that belt back.
I mean, winning
With your backups.
I pretty much got half my team back.
Who's the most excited player you draft?
Cougar, what was your
Like, who you
projected
most
record
excited?
this year?
It doesn't matter.
What was your projected record?
Yahoo's always wrong.
What was your projected
Wait,
Oh,
I didn't
oh,
actually
and
see
14.
what my rating
I
was.
don't care. Yahoo's always wrong. They gave me a B grade. They
Wait,
gave
I
me
didn't,
the
I
highest
didn't
draft
see what my
grade.
grade
No,
was.
they gave you a B plus and they gave me a B.
What did I get?
You had a B plus or an A minus, but you actually, me and you tied for the winning of the division. at 11.
I had one of the best draft grades, and then they told me I wasn't going to win a single game, which still I've never not won.
It's
a
all
game.
based off
You took
points.
backups.
It's all
every
based off
round.
points, and you
How
have
are you gonna
backups,
get an
dude.
A rating when you took
You're not.
backups?
You guys got minimal points until they become starters. You're not going to change
Well,
that.
they're going to become starters and
Eventually, and
then
then
I
it may
get Hopkins
change.
back. Doesn't matter.
You'll sit on Hopkins for 6
I asked the
weeks.
question, and you're
Yeah.
bagging on my team like you always do, and then I win and you don't, so it doesn't matter.
I was in the championship 2 years ago against Jake.
I've actually had the belt
Not in this league, you haven't.
on me.
Not in this league,
Guys,
you
I don't know what
haven't.
you're talking about. I currently have the belt, so I'm not.
I'm not fighting you.
Why
I'm
are we
going
even
on him.
discussing?
I mean, if you didn't,
He's getting
change
defensive.
it to a keeper right after I won the championship, whatever. I
He's
mean,
getting. You agreed to it.
I did agree, but I didn't know you were going to strip me of my title.
Changed the league. I changed everything. We had new players. We had new everything.
Can we focus? Who's your?
What
most
were you gonna
excited
say? 'Cause
player?
you said I wasn't listening.
Okay, so here's
This
the
is what I
thing.
was saying.
I don't know if I have a specific. I like that I got half of my team back from last year, so it's almost like half of my players are back where they belong. I mean, let's be real. Like literally 5 players from last year I have now on my team,
Well, 3 of them keepers.
but 2 of them are not. That means I have 5 players
One of the
from my
teams should get
championship
one.
league.
Which I don't know how I feel like him. So
Why?
because he's
He
injured
does-
all the time.
But
literally
you,
gets injured.
you guys say that last year, and guess
Every
what?
time.
My
was
God,
injured
but I
half
have
the
a
year last year.
backup.
Well, there you go.
I have a backup.
But what's the point
I
of
have a
having him
backup
if you have a backup? Then you get to play the backup.
Well, but the point is that I won't. I'm not gonna play him every week. It's like a one banger here, one banger there. He played majority of the year last year. I think he only sat out for like 2 games.
Well,
Sean, most
I
excited?
traded my way like I always do back into contention by trading my Saquon Barkley injury for Jamar Chase as the first overall pick in
Yeah,
our
that was
draft.
big. That was very big. I'm not gonna lie, that was a huge move.
And then I got David Montgomery still to fill in my 3rd running back hole. So
I was watching a TikTok and it was like best fantasy football names, and one of them was Barkley, Saquon Barkley. Saquon has more Barkley than his bite. Or something. It was great. It was like
after
a
2
huge
years,
move.
guys, I agree. I hope he does well, even if he's not on my team, because I got Jamar
He's
Chase and I know
projected to
Chase
have a
is-
year.
Oh, I hope he does, but he's always injured. He always slows down. The Giants' offensive line sucks.
Yeah,
I
who's
get
the
it.
idiot that let Jamar Chase go to the draft?
Yeah,
We
I'm
don't
not
even want to
sure.
bring that up. We'll leave
I'm
him
just
alone. You know who it is
I
already.
know, but it's stupid.
Well,
We'll
wait,
leave
so
him
who's
alone.
your?
He felt that afterwards too because I talked. to him
Honestly,
about
I'm we're in a keeper league,
Mhm.
and I'm really
He's excited
I'm
about his keeper.
more excited about next year because I feel like Pollard and Dylan are going to be 2 studs next
That's
year.
fair.
Right?
it. Oh, Paul!
So
Next year you're decent shape. This year you're setting yourself up for possible failure.
I got really deep last year, and I played Zeke and Pollard the whole year. I might do it again. Just play them both every single game. They're going to get 40 points combined. You know, like why not? Just play them.
Well, it's funny because I have my backup for my running.
Well, you're supposed to handcuff. you know?
I handcuffed away.
Yeah,
So-
you're supposed to handcuff.
What do you think is the dumbest fantasy draft move you made this year? We don't always ask that question. We always talk about the positivities.
I'm the thing that I'm worried about the most is Dak.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand.
Because I had an option of getting Tom, but with Tom Brady's O line, like I just couldn't I just see him
Well,
running the
Brady's
whole
O-line.
time.
Isn't Lions
Brady's
good?
O-line's
Except
good.
for he moves from the center move.
What do you
but-
mean? He like lost 3 of his core members.
Ooh, he lost his center.
He lost the center. He lost he lost 3. There's 3 people that are down for
Dak
their
just
O line.
lost his left tackle for most of the season.
That's what I mean. So that's the whole thing. So it came down to Tom Brady is not. They talk about how he's not great when he's running all the time. Like
He's
maybe
not good at
right. So that was my
Since
concern.
2018, nobody's thrown for more touchdown passes and won more games than Dak Prescott. That's all I'm saying. You're not bad. That's not a bad.
It's not that it's a bad move. I'm just
It's a
worried
worry,
about.
he's
Yeah,
worried
he's the guy who I worry about. It's not. Here's the thing. Dak is going to have blowout games. He's going to have games where I'm going to be like, hell yeah.
Under
right?
par.
But then there's always going to be at least, I feel like 2 to 3 games where I'm going to be like, what in the actual is he doing?
on your par, the only guy I worry about on your team, Laura, that makes me feel like I may be able to pop you in the division is Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, I get it.
Backup running back.
You know,
I'm not sure. how I feel
honestly,
about it.
I'm not worried about it though. Because here's the thing.
She's not the best running back.
Oh, she has the best running back. She
Yeah.
probably has the. You mean like I have? I know you hate.
And
Bill, so we're
Debo,
not gonna
between
get into
Debo,
that,
Cup,
but
I got
Yeah, your
Taylor.
keepers are the best that I ever.
right.
oh, she had the
Slam
first
dunk.
receiver,
Slam
first
dunk.
running back.
And
And
Debo,
like the third
Debo,
receiver.
Debo got
Right.
Debo got underrated just based off of what happened with him this offseason.
Debo's probably if you base off last year, he's probably the second best receiver and second best
And that's
running
what I'm
back.
trying to say. And that's what I'm trying to say. So like for me,
They're her number ones.
for me, it was that like I knew that I was 12 picks. So like I knew all these guys were going to be gone.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my,
I knew where you were at.
and my thing is, if Eli actually shows up like he did last year, I know he might like Trey Lance is going to run and blah blah blah. But like they also need to protect this guy, and they're not going to want him running constantly either.
No, the
So
only reason I'm concerned for you is they've been really favoriting that Trey Sermon this offseason.
I get it. I mean, I get it, but like
So-
it's still the way that Eli Mitchell shows up. I feel like the way that he played last year, it's undeniable that he's gonna get the ball. The thing I worry more about is that I got so many San Francisco people on my team. like-
What's your worry?
They're taking time away from each other, you know?
I mean, honestly, after I drafted, I looked at my team.
After
You were like,
sobered
"Fuck."
up. After you
After I
sobered up.
sobered up,
Yeah,
I
you're
looked at
like,
my team. No, I really didn't. I went super running back heavy, which I
Yes,
tend
you
to
did.
do. I tend to do.
Well, it's because you had none going in. You needed
but
more and hoped to
Then
bank on
then
something.
I realized that the one mistake I made was that my backup receiver role is suspended. Technically, he's really going to be a starting receiver.
I remember when you
back.
texted me about that or called me about that.
And I was like,
Who is it?
It's Hopkins. I
Okay.
mean,
He called me. He's like, "Why can't I put him in IR?
he's
He's not injured. He's
Yeah.
suspended."
So I did what all good fantasy football owners do, and I analyzed my roster and I said, okay, I don't have Hopkins for like 6 weeks or whatever, so I'm just going to sign it and get another receiver. So I cut a running back who's more of a receiving running back, Washington
McKissick.
McKissick, and then I signed Isaiah, the Bills slot receiver.
Yeah,
So
I
you
almost
say
picked
a
him up.
likely or what?
I almost picked his ass up.
Yeah,
Isaiah.
everybody's raving about him, including his
Is
quarterback.
he a cool wide receiver or
I
tight end? I feel like I've seen him
He's
as
a
a
slot
tight end.
receiver.
I picked up the
Is it Isaiah Likely?
Isaiah McKinley.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of somebody else because there's somebody on their team that's a tight end with
Yeah.
the last name Likely.
Yeah, this guy's like a little short, like Tyreek
Okay.
Hill looking dude.
Okay.
So everybody's raving about him. He was sitting there, you know. They said like the best player. I was watching his TikTok videos saying best players not to be drafted. He was like number one on most of the videos. So I picked him up and I got a good back of it. So, but no,
he's getting advice from TikTok.
What's that?
He's getting advice.
Hey, listen,
Remember
my week,
last year?
my week
Oh.
3 is gonna be completely different. We're gonna have all different conversations, and 2 of my backups are probably gonna be starters. And it's gonna be
You hope. You're
No.
hoping. That's the
You
hope
know,
for you.
It is football. The first couple of weeks is crazy because a lot happens. A lot of people either like whether it's an injury or
there's always that big name running back that goes down like the first 2 weeks of the season.
So
You're like, fuck, I drafted that guy.
I kind of want to segue here a little.
okay.
Well, we're
Um,
way over 5 minutes, so that'd be a good.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying that, but I don't even know if we have it in our topics, but I'm segueing to it anyways.
Oh, you're the moderator. You're supposed to keep him on
You
track.
brought up McKissick of cutting McKissick. I
Yes.
think we have to take a second to wish Brian Robinson well,
Yeah.
the running back for the Redskins or the Commanders, I guess now.
I'm kind of torn on that. I mean,
Well, you're a Cowboy fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I wish him to live, but I wish him to
Yes.
not. If he's really good, like they say he is,
He looks really good.
I
Yes,
kind of wish him.
He's gonna be out, my guy. He
he's
got
gonna
shot
be out
twice
for
in the
weeks.
leg.
They don't know if he'll be back this year. or
Yeah,
not.
like
That's what
you
I'm
don't
saying,
need to
like,
be concerned.
He can be
Dude,
healthy
don't be a douchebag.
and come back next year. That's fine. But
Hashtag don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, hashtag.
Don't be
We
a
just wish
douchebag, yeah?
him well. We want to see.
Wish
We don't want to
we-
see people get hurt.
Brian, we don't like to see any craziness happen in this world. We hope you the best.
We wish you good.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted to
can't
segue
with
and
you.
get that in there real quick.
All right, so let's move on to topic 3, which basically gets into off-season / preseason football.
Okay.
So, what do you think, E?
You guys didn't do anything, did you?
Yeah, what did them,
Why is
them
this going right
boys?
to the Cowboys?
Because we want to know. We want to know what the boys did.
We're
Kind of
on the
moves they
same
made.
page here. Me and her are on the same
This
page.
is a gang up right here.
Oh, well, I mean,
We
that's
can-
your
we
team.
can talk about like the Dolphins loading up, getting
We
Tyreek
can.
Hill.
Well, everybody knows that though.
Tyreek, a bunch of running
Tyreek Hill,
backs.
yeah.
We can
Miami's going to be big this year.
talk
Bills are
about
going to be big this year.
Robinson.
When we talk about how Miami's dumb and they tried to hire Peyton and bring Brady in and got caught and got fined and lost the first round pick.
Well, wait, is it nothing's happening to Brady for that, right? Like they're
Nothing to
not-
Brady, nothing to Peyton, only to the Dolphins for trying it. And they lost the
Is
first
it
round
because
pick.
they're the ones who initiated it? But like
But
didn't
who
they-
knows if they initiated it? There's no fact to that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Kind of is this like we're like putting the rug over it to the players /
This is,
Peyton
we
or what?
handled it, move on. This is all
Okay.
this is. And this was big. I thought they would go.
I thought they were gonna do something too. I thought like even if it was 1 game suspension for just like
I just thought,
going against league rules, like, I
I'll
don't
be
know.
honest with you, I thought it was gonna be minimal. I thought they would take a 4th round draft pick like they've done for the Patriots
Yeah,
before,
like, or even
but they
something
wouldn't
like that,
take
yeah.
a 1st and a 3rd.
It's the Dolphins, not the Patriots.
Just saying. The Dolphins are the only undefeated team ever.
Yeah, but they haven't been relevant since the
I don't know.
90s.
If you can't win a Super Bowl with Dan Marino, you kind of suck.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
I mean,
but we
by
can
the
talk.
way, did you guys know
Laces
Dan
out.
Marino, the street right behind here, over there, is where he grew up in Southside.
Hmm.
That
Good old
block
Danny
right back
boy.
there. Sorry, him and Curtis Martin both grew up back
All right,
there. Actually,
Tell me about these boys.
I mean, what about them? They made some atrocious offseason moves, and they had a pretty solid draft, which they always do. And you know they're gonna win the division because it's easy, and they're gonna get bounced in the playoffs. Like, it's
I
the
don't know
same
if
thing.
it's easy anymore. The
It's
Eagles,
easy.
Eagles made some plays.
The Eagles have a quarterback who can't complete passes. Okay,
You
it's gonna
did,
be easy.
hold on. We're gonna watch a few episodes from last year because a few episodes actually at the very beginning said otherwise from this gentleman on the episodes that he actually was wondering about Jalen Hurts if he actually had a competent coach,
I mean,
which he
probably-
doesn't change the
I
coach.
saw enough.
They
of
just
Jalen-
added enough
Listen, I
weapons.
saw enough of Jalen last year. I mean, I've been wrong before, but
You've been wrong a lot.
I mean, he just does not have it. You know, you can add all the talent you want around him. He doesn't have it.
You've been
and-
wrong a lot, and I think he
I've been
has
right a lot, too.
potential. I think he has potential. I don't necessarily want to say.
I think
crown
there's
him.
all these people.
I think
that
he's
fucking
gonna be a
love him because of
mediocre.
fantasy.
Yeah, mediocre.
I think you'll tell real early what they're playing, what they do with them. Because didn't they keep Gardner too? They didn't
Yeah,
end up moving Gardner.
Yeah,
Man, I like Gardner. I still wish.
I like him better than I like Hurts.
I don't know if
think
I
he'd
like
be
him better than Hurts, but I like Gardner. I just like his
I don't-
personality.
I don't mind Hurts.
I think Hurts is like when you get that guy who like goes through midlife crisis and he goes out and he buys like a late '90s sports car thinking he's all cool, and the next thing you know he's broken down on the side of the road. That's Jalen Hurts.
By the
Everybody
way-
thinks it's a cool move, but
By the way, fantasy news. I also traded him in our other league, me and Ian. I traded him as well.
plus
So
we have a diehard Eagles.
yeah, two
Oh, yeah.
diehard who actually offered me
Would
a
you?
first round
I was
pick.
gonna say,
So-
oh my. I can't with you.
He gave me a
Taking
first round,
advantage.
Antonio Gibson, and Eli Mitchell. He gave me 3 things. I got 2
Yeah.
running backs and a first.
I think the Cowboys be relevant, but they're not going to go in. They're going to do what they always do. And I mean, I really hated the Amari Cooper trade.
Who was their first round pickup? A
Uh,
line or
they had drafted an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Was it an offensive lineman?
yeah, that's what they always do. Remember?
Tyler Smith.
Don't you remember? That's like the ongoing
And
joke. 'Cause
Tyler-
that's what they get. every
Tyler
time.
Smith is getting great.
Oh wait,
reviews.
no, me, you were at my house. We watched it at my house.
Yeah.
And Ian the whole night one.
Fat guy.
Give me a
The
fat
fat
guy.
guy, yeah,
Give me a fat guy.
give me the
Give me the
fattest guy.
biggest fat guy
Give me
you
the
have.
fattest guy that's out there.
Yeah. And we got a fat guy. And
He's like, yeah.
the reviews are good from him so far. He had a good preseason and a good camp. But then we lost.
Yeah, Tyrone. Yeah.
Tyron Smith is gone for a while, so I don't know, man. It's like we're gonna be irrelevant, but it's not. We're not gonna. That's like I'm not gonna get excited again for no reason.
Yeah,
Watch
see,
them have like the season of their lives, and like
in-
Ian's
in
like,
then-
"What?"
week 2 when they've won 2 games in a row.
He'll be
Ian's
like,
gonna
"I'm
be here.
hanging
Oh my
on."
gosh, guys! Do you see that win?
them boys, knocking everything over.
Yeah,
This is our year.
I think this is different. I think this season is different. I'm going with way low expectations, so
That's why in about 3 weeks, guys, he's gonna be overboard.
I'm going with low expectations. But if we're changing topics that's based on your team, I actually really like the move of signing Mitch. I think it's a great move. I think it's a hell of an upgrade over aging Ben that they
I
had
think
last
it's a
year.
great bridge quarterback, and I think the preseasons have already shown it.
I'm
Yeah.
totally wrong. I'm totally different than you. I know that you're high on Pickett's. I think that Mitch could be the future. I
They
think
have no way of moving Pickett from this, especially with the way he performed in the preseason. They have
Yeah.
no way of not
They-
going to Pickett eventually.
but here's the thing though, like Mitch
Dude.
Mitch could absolutely
They're gonna go with
Okay,
Pickett.
let me tell you right now.
Mitch is
That's
fun
just
now,
how
like,
Let me tell you right now.
That's
30
just how
years
they're gonna do
ago,
it.
they
But then
passed
Mitch
on
can back
Dan
him
Marino.
up.
No, hold on. 30 years ago, Dan Marino, and I brought this up for a reason. Dan Marino, who lived right back there, who went to Central Catholic and then went to Pitt. And then the Steelers decided to pass on Dan Marino in the draft when they had a chance and they
Yeah.
needed a
They're not
franchise
making that
quarterback,
mistake again.
which is a dumb move. They didn't make that mistake again. They had the hometown boy. They had the storyline there.
I think he's
They
not
had
really
the
a hometown
perfect
boy.
scenario.
I'm
And then guess what? No, but he's still a Pitt guy.
I get it.
But guess what? Not on top of all that, he went out this preseason and performed.
He did. He did.
Can I
Well.
explain to you something? every single first round draft pick is going to look great against fourth string.
He wasn't. He played in backup
Here's my
role
thing.
against starters.
Here's my thing.
The last 2 games he played against starters. Go watch his numbers.
Here's
And he only completed 6 passes all preseason. He threw 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he
It's
threw for
preseason.
right.
What-
No
did
teams
they-
are blitzing. No teams are showing crazy exotic
Hey,
schemes.
Laura, a
Totally
few years
different.
ago when Dak came in out of nowhere as a 4th round pick, and he was the Cowboys' dream,
He's like,
Ian
"What are you
hated
doing?"
him. No,
I
he
hated
hated
him. I
He
fucking
hated him.
hated that.
But he didn't hate him because he didn't perform. He hated him because of his homo for Romo.
Yeah. Oh,
That was the reason he hated him.
I like Dak as like a potential future guy, but I didn't think the future needed to be that year. Like,
Correct.
Put Romo back in, we probably won a Super Bowl.
Correct.
We had a great team then.
My other opinion when you come to quarterback conversation with you is what was your opinion of Russell Wilson?
I don't really like Russ though.
Oh, I love Russ
mean,
as a
I'm not
quarterback.
big
But
on
what was your opinion? I remember the Super Bowl
I mean,
conversation.
early on, I thought he was a mobile quarterback, and that's all he was.
Yeah.
I hate mobile quarterbacks, but now he's got one of the best deep balls in the NFL. So like,
Even on the Seahawks, he had it.
Yeah.
Now he goes to the Broncos and he is.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's the
offense
thing.
is
I like
scary.
him at the Broncos. I didn't like him as much at Seattle.
That offense is scary.
he
by
did
the
it
way,
with some
so.
good receivers.
Oh, he
just didn't have a good off- he
DK,
needed a
Lockett.
line.
He had good
He had
receivers.
no time to throw the football.
And who else did he have when he won the Super Bowl?
But
Jim
the
Mershon.
The other quarter, I know exactly when you're talking about that. I was bashing Wilson, but the other quarterback I was also bashing at the same time. I was 1,000% correct.
Well, eventually, yes, but he performed until he
Just
went
saying.
batshit crazy.
Here's my
So I
thing.
was
about-
at least 50%.
And as you
I
can
went
hear,
500.
we're not-
500 to Hall of Famer in the end.
we're not
right?
we're not breaking names here, by the way. We don't need to hear that conversation.
I'll say it's Kaepernick. It was him and Russ in the NFC Championship game. I said this. I texted you during the game. I said,
Oh, I know, I
This
remember.
is ridiculous. I want my quarterback to be able to throw the football, and neither one of these motherfuckers can throw the football.
He hated on it, and then Russell Wilson came out and started.
And then Russ learned how to throw. Similar to Dak, he learned how to throw, which is amazing to me that by the time you get to the NFL game, you don't know how to throw the football.
Yeah.
But sometimes these guys can develop. That's the only way Hurts is going to be a good quarterback is if he can develop how to throw the football because he cannot throw the football right now consistently. in the NFL.
That kind of segues into what I want to say. So my thing with both Lance and also Pickens is that if they're gonna play them, if they're gonna put them in, then they have to play them whether they do good, bad, or ugly. They're gonna have to like
Shanahan will.
give them the time to like make the mistakes, maybe have some ugly games, and like maybe this isn't that year for us, or maybe it isn't. You know, I don't think Lance is gonna have as hard of a time. But
I'll be honest with you. I'll show my hands. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the NFL.
100%.
And I think Trey Lance has so easy a way of being a
Yeah,
great
no,
quarterback.
absolutely. But
Such
I
an
think that
easy
the
path.
key is though, is that they're still gonna make mistakes. They're still gonna have bad games. And it is a head game at the end of the day, right? Like we have to make sure that these guys are able to win when they win, lose when they lose. You know, you got to make sure that they have felt all of the multitudes of feelings on that field. So like you have to allow them to just play the game.
That's the other thing. So you talk about like Dan Marino, you talk about Ben Roethlisberger. You know,
I didn't say a thing about Ben.
No, but
Let's
I'm
not
saying,
get Ben into
I'm saying
this.
if you want to talk about Ben early on in his career, the difference is that Tomlin is a super smart coach,
Mhm.
and he's not going to play Pickett until he's 1,000%.
Oh, Pickett's not.
Yeah.
Honestly, as much as here's my situation. I was actually, you guys have seen Jake on the show last year. I was talking to Jake at the game the other day. Me and him went to the preseason game.
Mhm.
And okay, so Pickett and Trubisky this preseason to me, as much as Pickett's numbers look better, they've shown up even. I think Trubisky's going to start.
No,
They
I do
haven't
too.
announced it yet, but I think
Yeah.
Trubisky's the starter, and I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't think it's stupid. However, to me, if you're showing you're even at this point, why not go to the rookie and grow your team and let him go through the same things that Peyton Manning went through, where he threw
Let me
the
ask you a
record.
I think they could give them some time,
ask you the
even if
last
it's a
question?
couple games.
Ask you an honest question. What do you think of what's the Jets' young quarterback?
Zach Wilson,
Zach Wilson. What do you think of Zach Wilson?
bad offensive line. I think he has potential.
Okay, so last year preseason,
And
we
he's
had
hurt.
an episode where we were talking about how fucking awesome Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah, in the preseason, yeah.
Okay,
But we said that about all of them. We said that about Justin Fields.
Well, yeah.
We said that about Trevor Lawrence. We said that
Right.
literally
Yeah.
last year about
And-
every one of them. Even Mac Jones, I think we said that about.
and out of all 5 of them, 2 of them ended up doing somewhat decent their rookie year.
I guess
So,
Mac Jones is one
And,
of them.
and your coach wants to win, and he's gonna stick with the
Oh, he's
winner.
going to.
And Mitch is a proven winner, whether you like him or not. He's a proven fucking
Well, he's 29-21 is his record. So
I
yes,
think
with
at
the
this
Chicago
point-
Bears.
with the Bears.
We're
The
talking
Bears.
about them being
The
even.
Bears.
So regardless of what direction we go in, I think that they're gonna perform somewhere in the same range. So I think that the key is that even if they go a few games and then they want to get Kenny in there, the point is they're gonna get him in there because at the end of the day, he has to put playtime on the field. That's the only way you learn. It's the only way you're gonna get better, and it's the only way you're gonna move forward with the franchise
saying-
around him. So
I-
they're
I'm
gonna
just
want to
letting
put
you-
him in.
I'm letting you.
He's
Steeler
going in.
fans, I'm just putting you on blast right now and letting you know that don't be surprised if Mitch is your future quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he's not.
I
gonna
was a
be.
great
There's
fucking
no way. Oh, once again the signing would be great, and then before the Pickett pick in the draft, I would have fully agreed with you because I think Trubisky could be a
No,
good quarterback.
there's
with
nothing
us.
wrong with him.
The problem he has is if he has one bad quarter, one bad half, he's going to get torn to pieces here in the city because people are dying to have Pickett replace him.
Because
No
you're
matter
stupid.
what he does,
His injuries are stupid. Mike Tomlin's not stupid.
maybe
You
we
just stick
are.
with-
Maybe we are, but at the end of the day, that's how it is. And Tomlin is going to get beat up over it if he doesn't.
I've seen Mitch Trubisky throw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, you watched it. We were at what Cadillac Ranch, I think it was.
He's
watched it.
a fucking baller.
That was against the
And
Packers,
he had a
wasn't it?
horrible coach on a horrible team with a horrible offensive line and no weapons.
Look, there's
what
nothing
did-
by
here.
the way-
Here's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with Mitch. We're not saying that we don't like Mitch. We're saying we do, but we're also saying that
I'm saying that Kenny
that
Pickett's-
just like they did
Kenny
with Ben, they
Pickett's
brought
gonna
him in
go-
at a certain point, and they're gonna want to make a franchise around him. He's young. They have years to develop this guy. They
Kenny
don't need him
Pickett-
to be developed in
Well,
one
listen,
year.
Listen,
We don't care if we win this year. We know we're probably not gonna win this year.
Kenny Pickett.
I hope we don't.
So we
I'll-
spend
I said
spend
this
the
last year.
time developing
this.
this guy over the next season
Hoover
so
knows
that he
I-
is ready for the season after.
Hoover knows I go
or
through this
so on.
every so once in a while, and I look at rebuilding like I did in
Right.
the
It's
league
rebuild
I
at
just
this
dropped
point.
with you, joined with you. Steelers never go through rebuilding, so let me be clear about this. They never go through
They-
rebuilding.
they-
Their rebuilding is an 8-8 season.
Right.
That's a rebuild for them.
100%.
Nonetheless, I am not opposed to rebuilding season. I think teams need to have 1 to 2 so you can get some good draft picks, get some money back in your system.
I'm just
and
telling
bring
you
some new
guys
ones. Oh, I know he's going to go with Trubisky off the bat.
to calm your excitement over Pickett because he in any other draft he would have been a 4th round draft.
Okay, so I'm going to tell
No,
you to
I-
go listen
I can
to our
agree with that,
podcast, guys. Go listen to Third Stringers podcast. We did this about 4 years ago. Now I think it was 4
Third
years.
stringers.
Third Stringers. We're going to go way back. We had an old
Yeah.
moderator at that time. We had a bunch of
You're
things.
going to talk about Pat Mahomes. Kenny
I am.
Pickett
I am.
is not
I-
Pat Mahomes.
Kenny
He
Pickett.
is not Pat. I will go on the record right now and say you said yes.
Guys,
Pat
go
Mahomes.
listen to the shows about what he said about Pat Mahomes at that time.
I'm
Go
just
listen.
saying,
Go listen to the shows
Kenny
about what he said
Pickett
at
is
Pat
not
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
And listen to what I said. I'm not going to sit here and say Kenny Pickett's Pat Mahomes, but I am going to say Kenny Pickett is a perfect fit for the Steelers. He is a perfect player for the Steelers, and eventually the Steelers are going to call it quits because they paid Trubisky backup money. They didn't pay him starter money. They paid him backup money to play.
I think their intent
With
is
the
to go in a
intent is
certain
to
direction.
Pickett.
Yeah.
That's the intent.
I see this being
Until Pickett,
You know what I
fails,
can
this
see?
is
Steelers
his
are
team.
gonna take
This is what I
whatever they
Until
need
Pickett
to.
fails, this is his
Yeah.
team.
This is what I
Until
could
he
see
fails.
this being. I could see this 100% being the San Diego Chargers in the early 2000s when they had Drew Brees and Philip
I see that.
Rivers, and what they
And
ended
they
up,
went with Phil Rivers.
they went with Phil Rivers, the young guy.
The
then
difference is Pickett's played at Pitt, and the fans are going to want
Okay,
Pickett.
but hang on, listen. They went with Phil Rivers, the young guy, and the Chargers never won a fucking Super Bowl. And then Drew Brees goes on to the Saints, and that's what's gonna happen. Mitch, if you guys pass on Mitch, Mitch is gonna go on to another team, and he's gonna prove himself. and
Dude,
he's gonna
I
be a
like
fucking
Mitch.
Awesome
I,
I
see-
don't
I
have
think
any-
personally the
I'm not
Steelers
opposed
will
to
use
Mitch.
the hell out of Mitch.
I'm not opposed to
Yeah,
it.
I think
like
the Steelers
Mitch.
aren't foolish, and they will use the
He's
hell
a
out of
future
Mitch. And then when the time is right, or something goes wrong, or God forbid something happens to Mitch, they're gonna do the same thing they did with Ben and put Kenny in, and then
So,
guess what?
right.
I'm
He's
going to
gonna,
cut this off
he's
because we're
gonna-
running a little long.
yep.
But I do want to say the one thing I will point out about Mitch and Kenny, they both did this preseason. They threw to the inner seam, which Ben hasn't done in 2 years.
Yeah, well, that's because he had noodle.
We had
on.
multiple 25-yard passes to the inner side of the inside, not to the outside. Ben hasn't done that in 2
Well, he has
years.
noodle- he
We
had noodle
actually
on.
have potential offense.
And they're
maybe.
both super mobile.
Like I said, we actually may have a decent offense. Maybe. We have Najee. Najee's a beast.
Ben had Noodle on,
Yeah.
so that's not gonna help an offense, and now we actually have offensive playmakers in the quarterback, where they can run, they're mobile, they can pass, they can do it all.
And Ben's from Ohio, right? So
Mhm.
he can go hang out with his new punt god buddy.
He was at what's it called? He was at Steelers practice the other day.
You guys have missed the joke.
All right.
I was letting it go. You
We're
just
gonna
going
move
by.
on to the last segment, which is always our favorite and everyone's favorite, which is Kids Corner. Who's starting?
Well, first off, by the way, next week we are going to be looking at the NFL season ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to start our Survivor
Yeah.
pool.
Survivor pool starts
Woo!
next week.
By the way, if you guys have any picks, I'm gonna be posting on social media 2-drink all week.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell us what you guys think.
I mean, our marketing major is supposed to be doing our social media. I just want you to know.
I know, but I have fun with it.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
If you keep doing all of our jobs for
I
Whatever.
randomly have
I'm
fun
moderating
at
this thing.
it.
I brought the booze. What else do you want?
Are you
from me?
bringing the booze
Hey,
every week?
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
I will if I have
Thank you to Sean for the new logo.
Yeah,
And
we do like the
thank
new
you
logo.
to Sean for the social media posting. We're making a team here. We got a team. We're all chipping in here. So
Yeah.
But part of that team is you guys watching
Yeah.
the show. All 36 of you. Watch Lee
Please.
35 because Laura's right here now.
Yeah, but I'll still watch.
Um,
'cause I like
so all 35 of you, we any feedback you guys give us, we do watch, we do listen to the comments. Laura will be responding to them.
Mhm.
So please give us more feedback. More.
Yeah, we want to hear what you guys like, what we talk
By
about,
the way,
topics, things like along those lines.
Like, share, subscribe. I think we need to say that. I think
Yeah,
that's a
like-
YouTube thing.
yeah, I mean, we're
Subscribe to
we're trying-
us.
We're putting a little effort in. We got your 4K camera now. We got your new location. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping us a little subscribe, a little like, a little share, we'd love that.
Come on, that girl up there looks good. She looks good up there.
She does look good.
All right, so who's starting us off?
Kids
You want to
Corner.
go? You had your story ready.
I do have my story ready. So, my son started playing football.
Ah,
Now, mind you, this was my main sport. Football is my main sport. I feel like I was pretty damn good at it. I had multiple positions I played. Tight end was one of my go-to positions. And I've been trying. I mean, as a dad, you try and get your son into sports. You try and get them. I've been trying to get Roman to watch football. We kept him out for a couple of years with the head stuff, but like, they're focusing a lot on head up tackling and
Mhm.
stuff. And okay,
Yeah.
so he's been begging. Let's get him into it, but he's never watched football. The fucking kid is lost. He's lost. So I'm working with him on some stuff, but first game, so they had a game. I don't even know what happened, but we were in New York City. They had a game over in New York City. It was scheduled after we had already planned the New York City trip, so we passed on that. His first game was this Saturday. We had to drive an hour each way to get to Fraser.
Where's that?
Fraser's like
It's out
Union
there.
Town. That's Union Town. So we get to Fraser, and it's hot as balls. It's like 90 degrees. I'm getting blasted by the sun, and we're down. We lost 42 now. Okay, it was ugly.
Yeah.
We had 2 first downs. They had like 5 one play touchdowns. So I mean, it was bad. They had this one kid. This is 3rd and 4th grade kids. They had this one kid that was taller than any coach on the field. He was like 6'2", probably playing offensive line on this team. And they were just doing a toss to the right and like pulling this guy out, and he was just mauling, bam, mauling kids, man. It was crazy. But the good news about being a blowout is because Roman has no idea what he's doing. He got on the field a lot, which I was expecting. They just said by like the 3rd drive, like, all right, Roman, let's get you out there. They played him some defensive line, which is mind blowing to me.
Really?
smallest
You
kid
did
on the team.
defensive
They
line?
put him on defensive line for the first 2 drives. Then they
He
moved
wasn't a
him.
running back or a
Then they moved.
receiver?
No. He's not skill player material yet. We'll get him. We'll get him. Then they moved him to linebacker. Then they moved him to safety. He played a little all over on defense. He got very close to his first tackle. He was definitely in there making contact. But it was fun. But they got murdered. And like the whole time I'm sitting there in the audience, and I'm just like, no, Ian, you can't take on coaching anything else. Like, it's 4 days a week. It's a lot of commitment. Like, these coaches are driving me nuts. They're doing all these on offense, right? We got 2 first downs the whole game. My son didn't play any offense. 2 first downs the whole game. They're doing all these like fake handoff here, fake handoff there, toss back here. And by the time like the third move happens, the quarterback's eating dirt,
Yeah.
you know, like I mean, it's like these kids don't know football yet. Just line them up and run smash mouth football.
Yeah.
Just hand the ball off, pitch the ball to the right, and run smash mouth football. Throw me nuts. Holy cow! It's a good thing I'm not coaching. It's a good thing I'm not coaching.
It's
I'm
week,
glad I'm-
it's week 1. You're probably gonna be coaching.
I can't coach at
Just
this
like-
level. I really can't. They need to be able to be somewhat confident.
Yeah, but that's why they need coaches like that to understand that it's fundamentals right now. And like
But he
teaching those
doesn't.
fundamentals is what.
He understands win, win, win.
No, he does. He does understand fundamentals because
No, I know
he's
fun-
saying smash mouth football, which is fundamentals.
Yeah, I mean the defensive coach, I mean, he was trying. It was tough. It was really tough. But the offensive coach said that. I mean,
Just no.
yeah, I mean, he's trying too much flashiness. Like you're playing with 7 to 9-year-old boys. Like just line them up and go. Like have the quarterback run the football from time to time. Do a little pitch, do a little like dive motion. Anyways, very frustrating. Like 4 hours of my day gone to watch us lose 42 to nothing. We lost 2 first downs.
But it's exciting to see him, starting his football career. At this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like more than likely, Roman's not going to be any kind of college level athlete. I mean, he doesn't really have the size for it. I think Olivia's more athletic of my children.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to see him go out there and have fun and be part. I think team sports is so important.
It's important.
So
Yeah.
important.
Very important.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But anyway, that's my story. 42-0, first football game ever.
All right.
Probably.
Well, I'm gonna go a little different because mine actually, I had a few, but mine actually happened today. Sam called me. So on the road all day long, call my wife when I'm on the go. Sam calls me, your son's crazy. He's driving me crazy today.
Why is it always your son? When they're doing good stuff, it's my son.
Yeah.
When they're doing bad stuff, it's your
Your
son.
son.
Your son.
Well, nonetheless, can either one of you guess which son I'm talking about here?
What's crazy?
I would think it's all.
It's all.
Yeah, it's all.
You guys probably know that from last season.
Yeah.
So Ollie Maul comes up the house, watches Ollie while Sam's working in the office. Ollie must be running in and out of the room, telling Maul, "Mommy's telling me how to build a bomb."
Okay.
You're 3, telling people that your mom is building a bomb.
Yeah.
3-year-olds say wild things.
Yeah.
They
I was
do.
gonna say.
But he keeps going back and forth. She takes him in the car for a ride. He starts screaming out the window, "Mommy building a bomb!"
Oh my goodness. Just make sure you don't go to the airport. with
Especially
him.
the FBI is gonna be done right door.
Like I said, my story was nothing big. It was just hilarious that
Yeah.
my son, of all things, the only thing I'm out of the house, all I get to hear about is your son's driving me crazy. He's telling your grandmother that I'm building bombs in the house. I have to look at him and tell him that that is not safe. That is not something you tell people.
Oh boy.
By the way, guys, real quick, Sam is not building a bomb, so anybody
Yeah,
knows that
definitely
that's
I don't
not
know.
the
We
case.
put it past.
Oh god. Let's not
Wow,
put
you
that
know how
out
bad
there.
you're gonna get beat up
Yeah,
if you
right.
listen to this?
I mean, out of all of our significant others, I can't say wives because you're not married.
Yeah.
Out of all of our significant others, yours would be the one to build a bomb.
That's because you're afraid of her.
A little bit, yeah.
I know you brought it up last year. This is running.
Yeah, I like she's a little intimidating from time to time.
She
Especially
buys us whiskey for the show. She tries.
especially when I'm trying to get you to like go to Vegas with us or something. I'm a little worried about that.
Right.
All right, Jack Attack. What are you doing, dog?
Yeah. Talk about my pup like usual. That's my baby. If that makes any sense.
I mean, you got like Gabe, so you got to see him recently.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess I could talk about that. My stepson Gage from my previous marriage, I got to see him recently at a wedding, and it was really nice to see him and his little brother. I went over to their house like, I don't know, a couple months ago to look at a deck. But it's just like very on and off. So when I do see him, it's like, not only a surprise because I didn't know he was going to be at the wedding. One of our camp friends that they're also friends with got married last weekend. So we were all there, and like he comes walking outside, and I was sitting outside, and
That was an interesting sound.
yeah, right. And
We
it was
didn't know
just
we were making it.
it was just super nice to catch up with them and just kind of talk about, what he's got going on and jobs and stuff. Now he's 17 years old, guys. I met him when he was 8. He's
Ooh.
now 17 years old, or
Yeah.
gonna be 17. So, you know, he's a
All right.
junior.
I
And
think
high
he is taller than Cassie.
Or wait, he might be, I think he's turning 18. Yeah, I think it's 18. Are you when you're a junior, he has a late birthday, it's September.
He'd be 17.
Yeah,
Turn 18
17.
senior.
Yeah, yeah, but he's, I guess, yeah, it would
Unless
be
he was held back
September.
at some point.
No, I think it's 17, it's gonna be 18, you know, is like usual.
So crazy.
But yeah, just
Mm.
insane from 8 years old to 17, and his little brother is like so cute. He went into second grade this year. Little Tyler, he's like adorable as well. So it was just really good to catch up with all of them and just see people that I haven't seen in a while and, you know, get that, you know, good feeling
Yeah.
from seeing them, you know. You don't get that from just anywhere.
Nope.
So no, that was a good one.
Kids give you feelings in always shape, or form, so you'll never get
Absolutely.
them anywhere
Yeah,
else.
but like, you
sad,
know.
you name it.
You know how it is though, like when you haven't seen somebody for a little while and you were like with that person every day and then all of a sudden you're not, and then you see them, it's like, it's a really like surreal,
Yeah.
good feeling, you know. But the wedding ended up, side note, wedding ended up with like the groom getting choked out, like someone stole beer. Someone stole, ready for this? Someone stole the beer keg, like they had it in like, you know, like a trough.
Yeah.
And like the two boys that were like, you know, drunk at the end of the night or whatever, they're like, taking the beer. So they took the trough and they put it in the truck. Well, they called them like on their way. Like we were following the people that had the trough. All of a sudden they pull into like a random thing and they went back. Well, I find out like the next day that like they all got into a physical altercation. People were like choking people out. Somebody was at the bottom of the, like there was like a pat, like one person jumped on, the next like 10 people jumped on. And the groom was at the bottom of the.
This is what happens at Redneck Hillbilly weddings.
Yeah, it was insane, honestly. It was really fun, but it was insane.
So speaking of weddings, I just completely off topic, but I think, you know, who cares? Nobody's probably listening to this point anyways. But I was talking, I think I was talking to Cassie, or I was talking to somebody, and I was just like, you know, all my friends are married or have been married or whatever. Like at this point, we're mid to late 30s, right? Like we're done with that realm. And I'm like, so that if anything, the next realm would be like second marriages, right? And that becomes optional. So I don't have to go
No,
to
no.
those weddings, right?
If I get remarried, you're gonna come to my wedding.
It's optional. Yeah,
It's
I came to the
optional.
first wedding. We're good.
We can.
No, you didn't actually. I didn't get married in a big wedding, so
Well,
this
I
would be the
came
first.
to-
We're-
I came to the party.
I don't care. You're still coming.
There's visual proof. Look, we were.
Yeah, I
both-
can
You're literally still
I,
coming.
it means I can come.
You're
but
coming.
I don't have to come. That's all it is.
I'm not planning on getting married.
Second
anytime
weddings
soon,
are optional. If you're dumb enough to get married a second time, then I don't have to. I don't have to attend. Right? Like it's one of those things.
He's asking you.
I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely asking to get in trouble.
I'm just saying, like out of all that, we don't have any like friends going through divorces or anything, so it's not like it's a thing. So
No.
but it could be a thing in the someday future. You never know. I mean, it's just the world we live in. Everybody's going on to second.
Yeah,
third,
it's
fourth
tough. Life is
marriages.
tough, man.
Crazy.
Really? He's asking to get in trouble, but this is a dad show.
Yeah.
What dads don't ask to get in trouble? So
Right.
Oh, I'm in trouble all the time. The
Yeah,
dog,
yeah.
actually, I was in the doghouse over the weekend. I came home a little late one night. I did my thing, pull over and sober up a little bit before I drive home, and I fell asleep.
is this the
Well, that's
fantasy
how you
draft?
get caught, just so you know. When you pull over and you fall asleep somewhere, that's how you get pulled up. Like that's like the classic NFL player fell asleep at a stoplight.
I was sleeping in the sheets parking. Okay, so it's fine.
Oh my God.
No big deal. But anyways,
They do, cops do go to Sheets because they're open all night, just so you know.
so my bedroom door stuck, and I thought she locked me out, and I was like, fuck. So I went and slept in the attic. And, you know, honestly, the bed in the attic was really comfortable. It's the first time I ever slept up there. It was pretty comfortable. Not gonna lie, the doghouse was somewhat comfortable.
This way, she didn't even lock the
The
door though,
unintentional doghouse was somewhat.
Yeah.
She didn't even watch
She
the
didn't
door.
lock the
He
door,
think
you
he's too drunk to know.
to figure out how to open the door.
Yeah.
Sounds about
How do
right.
you open the door?
All right, well, listen, next week we're gonna be here again, correct?
Yeah.
So we'll be at the Dough Bar again
Maybe
next
not
week.
here, maybe over there, there.
But we'll be here.
Here.
You never know.
We'll
be here.
Well, can't wait.
Teaser.
I can't wait, guys.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do outside.
Yeah.
We move the plywood.
Ooh, hear what Southside has to offer with fire trucks.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. A little outdoor activity. You never know.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to our first episode of season 2. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did. And we'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Deuces.